Hey guys, what's up? I am back with a brand new video and it's time to do a speed test comparison between the Redmi Note 11 versus the Vivo Y21T, and both phones is powered by a new Qualcomm Snapdragon 680 processor, which is based on 6nm architecture. It is a very efficient chipset. Also we have 4GB of RAM on both phones. On the back we have triple cameras on the Vivo, while on the Redmi we have quad cameras. Both phones has the same 50 megapixel main camera. Also we have 2 megapixel macro and a 2 megapixel depth sensor, while on the Redmi Note 11 we have 8 megapixel ultra wide with a 2 megapixel macro and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. Again on the Vivo we does not get any ultra wide, and the back is made up of plastic on both phones, and the frame on both phones also is made up of plastic, and both phones also has a fingerprint scanner on the side, and you can see, and the frame on both phones is really flat. Also on the bottom we also have a headphone jack on the Vivo, which is available on the Redmi on the top, and you can see. But on the Vivo we have single speaker, while on the Redmi Note 11 we have dual speakers. So in this video I'm gonna show you how much a difference between the Redmi Note 11 versus the Vivo Y21T. Again we have same processor with same RAM on both phones. Now let's see who is going to be the fastest one. Now let's quickly boot both of these phones up at the same time. Like always, here we go. The logo is came up first on the Vivo as compared to the Redmi Note 11. Also we have Android 11 on both phones. We have MIUI version 13, while on the Vivo we have FunTouch OS, which is a version 12. Let's see who is going to be the fastest one. Looks like the Vivo or the Redmi. Let's see. And the Redmi Note 11 is more faster when it comes to booting up as compared to the Vivo Y21T. About 1 second difference there between these two devices when it comes to booting up. And guys, now let's talk about the displays between these two devices. On the Redmi Note 11 we have 6.4 inch Full HD Plus AMOLED display with 90Hz refresh rate, which you don't see in this price range before. While on the Vivo we have a 6.5 inch, which is a 720p plus IPS LCD display with 60Hz refresh rate, and that's really disappointing in this price range. We should see a Full HD IPS LCD display with minimum 90Hz refresh rate, but you can see we have 720p with IPS LCD display with 60Hz refresh rate. Also we have V-shaped notch on the Vivo, while on the Redmi Note 11 we have punch hole, and you can see, and the bottom chain it is also really small on the Redmi Note 11. So now let's see apps opening speed. Everything's closed up in the background. No application is running in the background. Also we have same Wi-Fi network on both phones. Now let's opening up the phone dialer. That is more faster on the Redmi Note 11. Again we have different animation. Now let's open settings. That is very similar on both phones. Now let's go to the display, and you can see we have 90Hz refresh rate on the Redmi Note 11, while on the Vivo Y21T we have 60Hz refresh rate. Now let's open Amazon shopping at the same time. Again we have Qualcomm Snapdragon 680, and definitely the Redmi Note 11 is performing more better as compared to the Vivo Y21T. Again we have same processor. Let's see the scrolling, and that is feels really smooth on the Redmi Note 11 with 90Hz refresh rate, while on the Vivo the touch response it is also not as responsive as the Redmi Note 11. Now let's open this. That is again faster on the Redmi Note 11. Now let's check out some games application. Now let's open Candy Crush Saga. The Candy Crush is open up more faster on the Redmi Note 11 as compared to the Vivo, and you can see. So let me show the speaker on the Vivo Y21T. Here's the max volume. We only have single speaker on the Vivo, which is a really disappointing thing. Here's the Redmi Note 11 looks like. And the Redmi Note 11 has one of the best speakers in this price range. Now let's open Instagram on both phones. Faster on the Redmi Note 11. Now let's open Pinout. Pinout also faster on the Redmi Note 11 as compared to the Vivo Y21T. Now let's open Snapchat. That is very similar. Now let's open Spotify. Spotify also faster on the Redmi Note 11. Now let's opening up the Subway Surfer, and you can see in terms of the game uploading time the difference is huge despite having the same processor. So the Redmi Note 11 is way faster as compared to the Vivo Y21T. Yes, and the difference is big, which means that the software optimization it is more better on the Redmi Note 11 Now let's open Comparison 2. About 1 or 2 second difference there. Again, despite having the same processor. Now let's open PUBG Mobile. Heavy game. Again, we have smooth graphics with high frame rate on both phones, but you can see in the PUBG Mobile, again the Redmi Note 11 is performing more faster. Actual performance, it is very similar on both phones in the PUBG Mobile game only. And last I'm launching the cameras on both phones, default camera application. Now let's see which one will be more faster. Now let's open camera, and both phones is performing very similar. Again, we have 50 megapixel main camera on both phones, and the camera performance, it is more better on the Redmi Note 11 because we have AMOLED display. Now let's look at the front camera, and you can see here is the front camera on both phones. On the Vivo we have 8 megapixel selfie camera, really bad front camera, while on the Redmi Note 11 we have 13 megapixel selfie camera. Again, not the best in this price range, because in this price range we also get a 16 megapixel selfie camera from the Infinix Note 11 Pro. Okay guys, now let's see internet browse speed. I am seeing to follow Google Chrome on both phones. Also we have same Wi-Fi network. Now let's open this Wikipedia with same Wi-Fi network, and the Redmi Note 11 little more faster there. Now let's see, just scrolling, and I see a little bit lag on the Redmi Note 11 also, and the Vivo looks more smoother as compared to the Redmi Note 11. I don't know why. I think that, and the Google Chrome, it is not really optimized right now for the Redmi Note 11. I cannot see the 90 Hz, even the 60 Hz maintenance on the Redmi Note 11. Now let's open this. Again, it is very similar this time, and again Vivo, it feels a little more smoother. Next on the list is the apple.com. that is very similar. Let's see, just scrolling, and you can see again it feels, I would say, very similar. I think very hard to tell who is more smoother, but no lag whatsoever. And guys, now let's see RAM management on both phones, and both phones has a 4 GB of RAM. With the Redmi Note 11 we also have a 6 GB of RAM variant. That variant is more expensive as compared to this variant, obviously. Now let's open phone dialer, that is refresh on both phones. Now let's open settings, no refresh. Amazon shopping, and Amazon shopping is got refresh on both phones. This time I didn't open a lot of application like in my previous speed test. Now let's open Candy Crush Saga, same refresh. Instagram, that is also refresh. Now let's open Pinout also got refresh on both phones. Now let's open Snapchat, same result. Now let's open Spotify. You can see RAM management, it is really bad on both phones. Now let's open Subway Surfer, same result, refresh on both phones. Now let's open Comparison 2, and Comparison 2 is only refresh on the Redmi this time. Now let's open PUBG Mobile, and that is refresh on both phones. Again, huge lags on both phones. Last, way back to the internet browser, that is refresh on both phones, and you can see. And guys, over I have to say regarding the apps opening speed, as you can see that, and definitely the Redmi Note 11 is performing more faster as compared to the Vivo Y21T in the game app loading time, despite having the same processor on both phones, which means that and the app optimization, it is more better on the Redmi Note 11 as compared to the Vivo Y21T. Also in system based application, and both phones is perform very similar in terms of the RAM wise, and the Vivo Y21T is performing little more better in the RAM management as compared to the Redmi. RAM management is still really bad on both phones. I hope the RAM management will improve with some software updates in the future. So we have 5000 mAh battery size on both phones. We have 18 watt fast charging with the Vivo, while with the Redmi we have 33 watt fast charging. And that's about it, and thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Redmi Note 11 versus the Vivo Y21T. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well. and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.